Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ferry Talk. I'm Nick. A lot going on this week for me. In fact, so much that I probably won't have a build video out on Friday. I'm going to try my best. I got basically one day to try and build something, edit it, upload it, and all that jazz. But the reason I don't have a video or a build video for this week is because I finally got the table saw that I've been waiting forever to get. I finally ended up getting a SawStop. And I was really, it actually kind of caught me off guard a little bit because I've been saving for a SawStop for well over a year, probably closer to 2 years. And it seems like anytime I would save any bit of money for it, something more pressing would come up. As I'm sure you guys all know, whether it's a bill you weren't expecting or something like that. And anytime I seemed to amass any type of money, there it would go as quickly as it came. And so when my wife had told me that we were getting our tax refund the other day, I was really surprised when she had brought up the SawStop. And I figured, hey, tax refund, that's going to go to miscellaneous bills like it always does and whatnot. But she's like, hey, are you still interested in getting that table saw? And I'm like, well, yeah, I am. She goes, well, why don't you go get it? And I'm like, wow, what did I do to to have such a nice wife to... for one, remember that type of thing, because if you can really think about it, your spouses aren't necessarily always the most interested as far as what you have going out on your shop, and half of them don't even know what's going on as far as what tools you want or even what tools you have. Sometimes that's a good thing, because I heard a joke a couple maybe a year or so ago about somebody wanted to I guess there's two different ways that you could say the joke, but it was something to the effect of, I wrote down what I paid for all my tools so that when I die, my wife doesn't get ripped off. But then another portion of similar joke, it was, I hope my wife doesn't find out how much I actually paid. And so, who knows? I don't know. Anyways, but no, I'm super excited. It took about 2 days out of my week, because I also work another job, and it took 2 days out of my evenings that I would have been building for a build project to not only get the saw to my house, and because I had to pick it up from a store that was about 30 minutes away, and I had to get it to my house, and then obviously uncrate it, unbox it, and set it up, put it together, test it out, make sure everything is dialed in, which I believe I have it just perfect right now, which is awesome. I couldn't be happier. I'm not sitting here trying to brag or anything, but it's just one of those things to where I tend to try and buy, when at all possible, tools that if I know I'm going to be using them on a regular basis, and a table saw is definitely one of those tools, I try to get the nicer, more reliable type tools, like my drills or impacts or stuff like that. Stuff I use almost on a day-to-day basis. I try to get a little bit nicer. It's not always the situation for everybody that they're able to do that or that they even need to do that, but I want something that's a little bit more reliable, and I'm hoping this will be the last table saw that I ever own. So it's worth the investment for me, and as much as I cut wood and do woodworking, I think it's going to be an awesome addition to my shop. So I'm super excited about that. I will maybe try and get a build video out for Friday, but I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen or not. If not, my Craig jig giveaway, my Craig K5 jig giveaway is ending this month, and so I'll be announcing the winner for that on, I believe it's the 4th is what I kind of had slated for that. I didn't want to do it on April 1st because that's April Fool's, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't seem to announce a contest winner on April Fool's Day. Just didn't seem viable to me. But going back into tools that, sometimes you end up using a lot more of, I had a couple questions on my pilot drill bit set that I've used in a couple videos. I only have 1 or 2 of them because they're a little bit more pricey, but they're made by W.C. Fuller. And if I were to recommend any type of bit, it's a tapered pilot bit with a countersink built in, and that countersink can be moved up and down the drill bit to allow for different depths, whether it's say a 1.5 inch screw versus a 2 inch screw. And I really like that tapered design, and I guess aside from the design itself, that is another one of those tools to where I use constantly. I'm always pre-drilling with a countersink, and it's just one of those tools in my arsenal to where I paid a little bit extra money because I know I'm using again and again and again. And that thing I've probably had for close to 3 years. I've never sharpened it. I've never, I've lost it, you know, for a week or two. But, you know, it's just one of those things to where if you haven't, you know, seen those types of pilot bits, not only just, like I said, the tapered pilot bit, but the actual WC Fuller ones, because I've used probably close to a dozen different brands, and I've always had the best of luck with those. And you know, I'm not getting paid by them by any means to say that, but it's just a particular, you know, something as innocuous as a drill bit, a pilot bit, and a countersink. You're probably thinking, oh, okay, whatever, I'll just go to the, you know, the Dollar Barrel and pick up one or whatever it may be. But that's one that when it counterbore, or I mean, it's actually a counterboring bit too. I never seem to, you know, the actual diameter fits another WC Fuller plug cutting bit in case you want to use it that way. But the countersink in oak and in maple and in cherry does a really good job of cutting, and there's very few splinters and almost pretty much zero tear out on it. And it's just definitely one of those things to where I like to throw a little bit of extra money at, and I know I'll have it for a long time. I'll get plenty of use out of it. Another question I had come up a few different times, and I guess it had got me thinking, was my video, when I do a build video, certain processes are either shortened or the footage is sped up or whatever. And sometimes people have wanted further clarification on a certain process. Would that be something that, you know, you guys would want to see over here on FerryTalk? And they might be simple, and it might be as basic as how do I, I'm just kind of pulling stuff out of the air here, but in one of my videos I kind of showed a little bit about the like paint cleanup and things of that nature. But as simple as, you know, what is a compound sliding miter saw, or what is a impact driver, or what is a, or how do you properly use a random orbit sander, or something like that, because they you know, I'll typically glaze over it because it's a lot of very basic knowledge. And if you don't have the knowledge, that's not bad. I mean, everybody's got to get started somewhere, but I cannot in every video include how to change the blade on a particular saw, or how a particular, say, a bandsaw works, because you know, you're going to be having redundancies in every single one of your videos. So my question, back to it, I get off on a tangent sometimes. My question is, would that be kind of cool? And, you know, throw in with the FerryTalks is just further clarification on either a technique, a tool, a usage, whatever. You guys let me know what you guys think on that, and you know, that's what I was thinking for that. That would be a perfect perfect video to do those the further clarifications in. And then the last thing I had on my list here as I go to read it, because my memory is, you know, terrible, is the comments for each video. And I'm getting more and more comments, and I absolutely love that. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting from the viewers, the subscribers, and everything, and I can't say thanks enough. But YouTube and Google are kind of a funny, you know, I'm not a computer programmer by any means, so I guess this is, you know, I maybe shouldn't be doling out advice or critiquing as much, but there's a multitude of ways that a comment can end up in my video. And sometimes it's on a Google Plus page, sometimes it's on the actual YouTube comment section, sometimes in a different video somebody can tag you. And once again, me being not the most computer savvy in the world, I apologize if I don't get back to everybody's comments with the amount of numbers of comments that are coming in, but then also the multitude of ways that in which, you know, there's a little icon, like a little bell that gives you a notification. So only that bell will show up if you comment over on Google Plus, and a different notification comes up if you comment over on the actual YouTube video. And trying to juggle those is kind of a pain in the butt, to say the least. But I just wanted to say, if for whatever reason you comment, I appreciate it. I absolutely love the comments. The response that I've gotten in my videos is I could not be happier. I was really quite surprised. But if for whatever reason I don't respond, don't take it personally or anything like that. It's just a multitude of reasons that can contribute to that. And also, not a lot of people are aware that there is a settings, and I should have looked this up beforehand because I don't know exactly where the setting is, but you can turn off the ability to have somebody reply to your comment. So if somebody asks me, more annoyingly, a specific question that would warrant a response for certain, but yet they have their reply, so I can't even reply to the darn comment, and that can be frustrating because then it kind of makes me look like like I don't care. But but anyways, I digress from that, and like I said, I will try to have a build video out on Friday. I cannot make any guarantees, but hopefully that will make me somewhat get ahead of schedule. Not by much, but if I don't have one out. So until I see you guys next time, you guys take care.